Friends, competitors, and visitors, welcome to Onion Lake Cree Nation. Today, as we gather for Onion Lake Sports Day and Rodeo, we are reminded of the strong spirit that lives in our nation. This event is more than a weekend of competition. It is a celebration of who we are, where we come from, and the people who continue to carry our community forward. Onion Lake has always been a place where people come together. From our schools to our sports grounds, from our powwow celebrations to our rodeo arena, every place tells a part of our story. Our ancestors understood the importance of gathering. They understood the strength of family, community, and culture, and the land. Today, we continue that tradition by coming together to cheer, to visit, to laugh, and to celebrate the talents of our people. Here at the rodeo grounds, you can feel that energy, the sound of the horses, the excitement of the chuck wagon races, and the speed of the Indian relay, the skill of the riders, and the pride of every competitor. These moments remind us of our connection to the horse, to our traditions, and to the spirit of competition that brings people from all over to Onion Lake. But what makes this event special is not only what happens in the arena, it is the family sitting together. It is the young ones watching and learning. It is our elders being honored. It is our visitors being welcomed. It is our nation showing its pride of who we are. Sports Day is about unity. It's about culture. It's about celebrating our youth, our athletes, our riders, our families, and everyone who helps make Onion Lake strong. On behalf of Onion Lake Cree Nation, I welcome to our Sports Day and Rodeo. Enjoy the races, cheer loud, respect one another, and take pride being part of this gathering. We are Onion Lake Cree Nation. We are strong in culture, strong in community, strong together. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you to the Chief. We now ask you to bow your head for the Chuck Wagon prayer. Heavenly Father, here we are again today, risking our lives for very little pay. But it's the life we choose and the life we shall live. And Lord, we don't ask for anyone to give, but we just want to thank you for the many trouble-free miles we travel each year, up and down the highways and the dusty old roads, knowing that you are near. Now, we ain't always been straight or taken a religious stand, but when we crawl upon the seat of that wagon and look back at our family, there's someone we truly believe in, and you're the man. And when we turn those barrels and she lifts up on two, I sometimes hear a little voice saying, "Don't worry, son, because I'm in here too." In the past, you've taken a few drivers and a few outriders, even the odd child or two. But really, Lord, no one has ever really blamed you. So we don't ask that you take us to heaven or never run in stormy weather, but when it's all over and you gather us into your mighty kingdom come, would you please keep us all together? Amen. Friends, if you're able, please rise for the playing of O Canada. Oh, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Stand by now. We're going to make sure things are tested properly. We got a horn test coming your way. All right, how about a round for our track committee getting the track ready for us tonight? We got a great track here in Onion Lake, and just the weather did not want to cooperate, but I'll tell you what, that track committee got things right. It is looking way better than I thought it ever would tonight, and we are set to go. So make some noise if you're ready for the Canadian Professional Chuck Wagon Association, the Outriders. Roll on in.
On glass and Alley and Wallenbach, they were Skinners to the man. On up to Kelly Sutherland and the Dorchesters as well. They all had their baptism on that half a mile of hell. Feel the horses getting crazy, feel the burning in their soul. When the sun goes down in Calgary and the wagons start to roll, and hear the thunder.
Wagons are rolling here on night number 2, the Canadian Professional Chuck Wagon Association. Let's get heat number 1 rolling for you. We got 2 wagons in this heat. We're going to load up the 3 in the 1 barrel this time around. Off that Iron Jet 3 barrel, that's Chris Snow with Glassland Agencies, specializing in Saskatchewan insurance. Whether you need business or personal insurance, they have you covered over at Glassland Agencies. Along for the ride with Chris Snow here tonight. That Telcon 2 barrel is going to sit empty in heat 1. The Apex Distribution 1 barrel has Roland Baptiste with Red Pheasant Gas and Confectionery. The Centex station just off Territorial Drive in North Battleford, where you can top up your tank and get stocked up with drinks, snacks, ice cream. They got grocery items, lotto tickets, blankets, dog treats, and more. Red Pheasant Gas and Confectionery, Roland Baptiste is on 1. Your Outriders, Chris Knows. F-Fun Dodge North Battleford Outriders are Logan Pethick and Tegan LaRouche. And the Outriders for Roland Baptiste and Red Pheasant Gas and Confectionery, that's Quinn Langevin and Darwin Ward. And that is heat number 1. We're going to get Chris moving over there on the first corner. Chris, this is his first weekend on the 2026 CPCA season. He had to skip the first 2, but he made it to Onion Lake and had a great run on his maiden voyage this summer last night with a top 10 run. So watch for him off that number 3 barrel. Roland Baptiste, of course, if you've been here all afternoon, you witnessed him competing in the Pony Chuck Wagons with the Northwest Saskatchewan Pony Chuck Wagon and Chariot Association. That'll be back for another round tomorrow. 2 Outriders per team, 1 holding the lead team, the other loading the stove at the back of the wagon. We ask for your silence prior to the horn. Heat number 1 set to go. There's the horn, and we finally got a Monday night off and running, a little bit delayed, but we're going now as we turn that top barrel. Chris Knows taking the overland route, taking a wide turn on the top. Roland Baptiste is going to beat him out on the 1 barrel. That Red Pheasant Gas and Confectionery outfit is off and running, and now the Glassland Agencies outfit will follow. That is Chris Snow right in behind him, back by about 3 lengths. The Outriders are all in great shape as the Thunder dances around that second corner, and the leader of the pack, the leader on the track, is Roland Baptiste. Red Pheasant Gas and Confectionery. He's got some speed down the backstretch trying to run away from Chris Snow, but Chris is letting him run. With every stride, it looks like the leader is getting just a little bit closer all the time. The Glassland Agencies outfit now into that third corner is moving to the outside. That lead that Roland Baptiste had by about 2 lengths is now 3/4 of a length as Chris Snow puts the pressure on to the outside. The Glassland Agency's outfit is catching him and trying to pass him. We'll see if he's got enough racetrack to get it done here as they turn 4 and ask for a little more. Down the home stretch drive, they are coming in hot. Chris Snow to the outside, Roland Baptiste in along the rail, looking for a little more gas with the confectionery outfit. Chris Snow pulls ahead and is going to get there to the wire, a half a length ahead of Roland Baptiste in a great heat number 1. All right, your running times from heat number 1 are going to come up after heat number 2, and the running times from heat 2 after heat 3. That's how it's going to be throughout the night. When we're done here tonight after heat 7, we're going to leave you with the running times of 6, 7, top 5 of the day today, and a top 5 of a 2-day aggregate. Times from last night and tonight combined to see who's leading the Onion Lake Show. Now, the leader of the 3-day aggregate, the fastest wagon after 3 days, will be crowned the Onion Lake Show champion here in 2026. The top 3 drivers in the 3-day aggregate following tomorrow night will line up in the 7th and final heat. Make it Thursday afternoon. Not too often we have a Dash for Cash on a Thursday, or is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday afternoon, Dash for Cash. The top 3 drivers will compete in that. It is a bit of a different schedule here, especially with that rain out on Saturday night, everything pushed back. But yeah, we will be back here 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and then 2 o'clock again on Wednesday afternoon, Canada Day, for the Dash for Cash. By the way, last year's Onion Lake Show champion was Danny Ringette. He will be back here in the 7th and final heat, trying to repeat as the Onion Lake Show champion. Our Dash for Cash winner last year, Ryan Baptiste. Ryan, you will not see here tonight. He's racing over the World Pro Chuck Wagon Tour this summer. The track record was set by Chris Smalley here in 2015. A 1:15:53 is the fastest this track has ever been lapped. Last night's day money run went to Brad McMahon with Arcan Construction. A 1:30:07 was the quick time last night. CPCA would like to thank some more corporate sponsors for their support of the 2026 Pro Tour. Read and write advertising, more than just signs. Assure occupational health testing, all in one place. Great Western Brewing, the highest quality beers in Western Canada, brewed with dedication and heart. Battery Boss, be the boss of the road or job site. Lamley's Western Wear, live your own West. For a full list of sponsors, go to cpcaracing.com. Ladies and gentlemen, from Glassland, Saskatchewan, he's a member of the Mooseman First Nation. This is Chris Snow and Glassland Agencies, a second-generation driver, second year on tour with the Canadian Pro Wagons. Top 10 ran last night for Chris Snow. And from Red Pheasant, Saskatchewan, Roland Baptiste. Red Pheasant Gas and Confectionery, another second-year driver, multi-time pony chuck wagon champion in front of you right there. Want to thank Sure Shot Wireline. They are going to sponsor tonight's Fast Time, and as we get to those running times throughout the night, we will keep you posted on that Sure Shot Wireline Fast Time. Want to thank some great sponsors here for bringing us to Onion Lake and helping us out here locally, including Fort Pitt Farms and North Shore Tire over there on the Turnback Barrier. We thank our friends at Onion Lake Public Works for helping us with the harrows, some of the machinery, and the water for the horses back in the barn. Lord knows we don't need it for the racetrack, but we do need it for our equine athletes. So thanks to Onion Lake Public Works. We thank the Lands Department and Onion Lake Recreation for being tractor sponsors here this weekend. And don't forget to grab a 50/50 ticket. I know they were selling them there this afternoon. Hey, takes one to win one. So get your ticket and take a crack at half of the 50/50 pot. Just want to remind you the races can be heard on 91.5 FM as well. And I know my friends at 7th Generation Productions wanted to thank White Bear Mobile Detailing. Ronald Harper, I think he's watching over in the grandstand tonight. They really appreciate your sponsorship. They keep the 7th generation trucks and equipment looking spotless. I mean, it's a little bit difficult on a day like today, but I'm telling you what, once we're done, every single show we go to, those units are looking sharp. And that's courtesy of White Bear Mobile Detailing. Check them out on Facebook for more information and to contact them. Sports days tomorrow. Well, we got the Northwest Saskatchewan Pony Chuck Wagon and Charity Association, the Colton Patagon Memorial. They will be on the racetrack at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, followed by the CPCA at 2 o'clock. Indian Relay will be here for you at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. And don't forget, when you come to the sports days tomorrow, to get your dancing shoes on, Harmon Duck Chief will be playing the dance at 9 o'clock tomorrow night, and some fireworks to follow. And I understand there might be karaoke after the wagons are done here tonight, so hopefully you brought your singing voice. Keep it nice and warm for later, all right? We're going to bring on heat number 2 for you with Lane Kennedy, Leslie Memnook, and Darwin Kasokio. Let's have a quick look at the Battery Boss Outriders standings for you coming into the night tonight. The number 5 Outriders, Trey Delver, 804 points. Sitting fourth is Tegan LaRouche, 1,131 points. Lane Hewitt is third in the Outrider pen, 1,419 points. Second is Quinn Langevin, 1,561. And the number 1 Outrider coming into the night, that's Logan Pethick, 1,675 points. Your Battery Boss Outrider standings. Off that Iron Jet 3-barrel, Lane Kennedy, Kasokio Brothers Construction, your local general contracting and construction company with Kasokio Brothers Construction. Lane Kennedy's on 3. The Telcon 2-barrel, Leslie Memnook, Bonneville Bulls Extreme Night Out. Remembering Stace. To live like Stace means to live life to the fullest. Make lasting friendships and never forget to support those friends. Hashtag live like Stace. Be in Bonneville on August 29th for the Bulls and Bronx Bonneville Rodeo Grounds. Leslie Memnook, Bonneville Bulls Extreme Night Out on 2. Apex Distribution 1-barrel, Darwin Kasokio Stick Racing. Cheer on Stick Racing in the extreme sport of Indian Relay Racing tomorrow and Wednesday right here. And they're riding with Darwin Kasokio. Your Outriders for Lane Kennedy, Kasokio Brothers Construction, Darwin Ward, and Trey Delver. Your Outriders for Leslie Memnook, Bonneville Bulls Extreme Night Out, Logan Pethick and Tegan LaRouche. And your Outriders for Darwin Kasokio Stick Racing, that is Lane Hewitt and Quinn Langevin. Quinn wants to thank KC Mechanical and Bob's Auctions, his 2 outriding sponsors here on the Canadian Tour this summer. Lane Kennedy will lead the parade in. Again, we ask for your silence prior to the horn for concentration, communication, and safety on the racetrack for everybody out there. Once the horn sounds, make as much noise as you wish. We ask for that silence now. We're set to go. Heat number 2. The horn sounds, the stoves are loaded, and off we go as we charge that top barrel. Let's turn and burn and cast our fate to the figure 8. Darwin Kasokio off that 1 barrel with Stick Racing will keep that rail position with Leslie Memnook and the Bonneville Bulls Extreme Night Out on the outside. There is a bottom barrel down on 3 belonging to the Kasokio Brothers Construction outfit, and the teen driving sensation from the Little Pine First Nation, that is Lane Kennedy, running 3rd right now. He's only about a length and a half back from the second runner, Leslie Memnook, but the leader down the backstretch, that is Stick Racing. That Darwin Kasokio outfit running in front like that Stick Racing team likes to do in the Indian Relay, as he leads by a length and a quarter. And then Leslie Memnook checks in second into that 3rd corner with the Bonneville Bulls Extreme Night Out on August 29th. And fighting from the backside, that is Lane Kennedy, the young gun, Casocchio Brothers Construction. We got a chuck wagon train rolling around that fourth and final corner. The engine on the front end is Stick Racing. And that is Darwin Casocchio as he guides him home. Leslie Memnick with every stride trying to reel in the leader. He's going to close some ground, but he's going to be too little too late. Darwin Casocchio is going to win it by a length. Leslie Memnick in second. And then Lane Kennedy will finish third with his Casocchio Brothers Construction outfit in an exciting heat number 2. All right, let's get you some running times now from heat number 1. 2 wagons in this heat. Second, Roland Baptiste, Red Pheasant Gas and Confectionery with a 138 and 20, plus 2 for an outrider missing a barrel. Time for Roland Baptiste tonight will be 140 and 20, 140-20. The winner, Chris No, Glassland Agencies with a 137 and 66. Penalty free for Chris No, 137.66. Your CPCA running times from Heat 1. And we will continue to keep an eye on the Sure Shot Wireline fast time. And right now it belongs to Chris No. And the Glassland Agencies is a pace setter at 137 and 66. 137.66 will be the time to beat. Ladies and gentlemen, when you're ready, he can hear you now. He's from the Little Pine First Nation. He made his rookie tour 1 year ago at the age of 17. He's a young gun in the sport. Put your hands together for Lane Kennedy. Casocchio Brothers Construction, a second-year driver on the Canadian Tour. Last summer in Kelvington, that young man had a top 5 run. And looking for more of the same here this summer as well. Behind him, from Goodfish Lake, Alberta, he's a 5th-year driver on the Canadian Tour. This is Leslie Memnick, driving for the Bonnyville Bulls. Extreme Night Out on August 29th at the Bonnyville Rodeo Grounds. Top 10 run last night for Leslie Memnick. He was 9th on the night. And from the Poundmaker Cree Nation, Darwin Casocchio and Stick Racing. Darwin was our 2024 top rookie driver, finished 12th last night. A sponsor that couldn't get enough of the sport, needed to get into the wagon box, and that's where he finds himself now. Darwin Casocchio and Stick Racing. Well, the CPCA would like to thank some more corporate sponsors for their support here on the 2026 Pro Tour, like Jensen Silver. Custom silver and gold designed to fit your lifestyle. Hoof and Nail, Farrier Supplies. Northern Factory Workwear, rugged work and footwear. Eye Expressions. Eyewear Fashion in Lloydminster. See what 2020 can do for you. And Iron Jet, corporate signs, vinyl decals, and custom apparel. For a full list of sponsors, go to cpcaracing.com. It's these companies who are committed to sustaining the sport of professional chuck wagon racing and our Western heritage, and we couldn't do it without them. Harrows are going to be coming out to the track for about 10 minutes to reset before we get to heat number 3. With that said, you got a few minutes to track down a 50-50 ticket seller in support of the Onion Lake Sports Days Committee, and good luck with your ticket purchase. We thank our friends at Leckie and Associate, Chartered Accountants. They are the sponsor of the driver standings. We're going to get to those driver standings a little bit later on tonight. And I want to thank my friends at Cowtown in Saskatoon for dressing me up here in Onion Lake for the sports days this weekend. And they really are 3 superstores in one. Cowtown are your one-stop shop for boots, clothing, accessories, saddles, and tack, now carrying Hey Dudes. Cowtown is your Wrangler flagship store. Stop in and visit the friendly staff for all your Western needs, plus animal health and pet supplies. At the Chuck Wagon track, in town, out of town, it's got to be Cowtown. Next time you're in Saskatoon, you'll find them at 3366 Fairlight Drive. Well, we'll be back in a few minutes, friends. Don't forget, the CPCA souvenir trailer is open. We'll be back with heat number 3, which includes Garth Sanderson, Roger Moore, and Brian Mann when we return in just a few minutes.
I talk this way? Why I never trade my truck back in? Why I cover up my barn with tin? Why I get my coffee where I get my tractor parts? Know what to do when the truck won't start. Dog in the back, tip of a hat. No, it ain't an act. I come from country people, yeah. No need to hate me. I'm a direct descendant of some Dust Bowl babies. Little salt of the earth mixed with sunshine and diesel, yeah. Thank God I came from country people. We're boots in the dirt, we're dots on a map, we're dead and blue, tried and true, damn good country people. Why my piece of heaven is a piece of land. A shake of a hand is really all you need to get something bought when you pay cash like your daddy taught. Why a good time is a good girl on a slow drive in moonshine, beer in a can. I'm a simple man, I am the way I am, 'cause I come from country people, yeah. No need to hate me, I'm a direct descendant of some Dust Bowl babies. Little salt of the earth mixed with sunshine and diesel, yeah. Thank God I came from country people. We're boots in the dirt, we're dots on a map, we're dead and blue, tried and true, damn good country people. I come from country people, yeah. No need to hate me, I'm a direct descendant of some Dust Bowl babies. Little salt of the earth mixed with sunshine and diesel, yeah. Thank God I came from country people. With beer in the air, with chairs in the grass, staying for as long as the firewood lasts. Yeah, we're boots in the dirt, we're dots on a map, we're dead and blue, tried and true, damn good country people. Thank God for country people. Well, my piece of heaven is a piece of land. A shake of a hand is really all you need to get something bought. Thank God for country people.
I was on a beach somewhere, ice cream running down my hand. I was on my daddy's shoulders when he was still Superman. Mama with a birthday cake, blowing out her 29. Back when she had more years ahead of her than she had behind. If I could talk to time, I'd say, why you always find you say you're on my side, but you ain't no friend of mine. You don't do second chances, you don't like looking back. I blame it all on you, but it's me who's losing track. Wish I could put you in a bottle, wish I could hold you in my hand. Wish you would just slow down, but you don't give a damn. Drinking in a parking lot, God, we thought that we were cool. Back when we believed that home was something we could always come back to. Then it was graduation day, we were on a football field. We were begging you to just speed up, why couldn't you have just stood still? If I could talk to time, I'd say, why you always find you say you're on my side, but you ain't no friend of mine. You don't do second chances, you don't like looking back. I blame it all on you, but it's me who's losing track. Wish I could hold you in my hand. Wish you would just slow down, but you don't give a damn. She was every perfect kiss, she was everything I loved, but you just couldn't help yourself. You had to go run out on us. If I could talk to time, I'd say why you always flying. Say you're on my side, but you ain't no friend of mine. You don't do second chances, you don't like looking back. I can blame it all on you, but it's me who's losing track. Wish I could put you in a bottle, wish I could hold you in my hand. Wish you would just slow down, but you don't give a damn. No, you don't give a damn. No.
Man, I needed this. Check another one off the bucket list. Trip, shake out the time clock crazy. Take it slow, lay it low. Blow a little smoke hazy. Getting all steel drum lazy. Sand on the bottom of my beer can. Yeah, the only plan was to have no plan at all. That all changed when she came into view. She got that needle skipping out of the groove. Out of the blue, like the blue jeans she slipped out of under the palm trees. I got a blue bottle of blue cherry rum, kicking back, catching a beachfront buzz while I'm watching her splashing in the bright blue water like a burning blue flame. Couldn't get any hotter. Oh, what her blue eyes are making me wanna do tonight under that blue moon. Man, the best things come out of the blue. Yeah, I could get used to this. No way in hell that I would ever miss the landlocked life for a minute. I mean, just look at her. No doubt at all it would all be worth the cost of a one-way ticket. Sand on the bottom of my beer can, where the only plan is to have no plan at all. Everything changed when she came into view. She got that needle skipping out of the groove. Out of the blue, like the blue jeans she slipped out of under the palm trees. I got a blue bottle of blue cherry rum, kicking back, catching a beachfront buzz while I'm watching her splashing in the bright blue water like a burning blue flame. Couldn't get any hotter. Oh, what her blue eyes are making me wanna do tonight under that blue moon. And the best things come out of the blue. Out of the blue, like the blue jeans she slipped out of under the palm trees. I got a blue bottle of blue cherry rum, kicking back, catching a beachfront buzz while I'm watching her splashing in the bright blue water like a burning blue flame. Couldn't get any hotter. Oh, her blue eyes are making me wanna do tonight under that blue moon. And the best things come out of the blue. And the best things, yeah, the best things come out of the blue. Yeah, they do. And it's hot out. I mean, hot. Ooh. Look at that girl. I can tell that you're mad, and I ain't half surprised about that since the day that we met.
It's always who cuts first and never who bleeds last. Rumors always turning and yelling and fighting. And once they say your mind only one way you're driving, I know, I'ma take the high road, maybe get stoned, have a little too much of something terrible. And I'ma let you cool down while I walk out. You ain't messing me up like the times before. I don't need to take you to your shit show and knock yourself out and hit a new road. I'ma take the high road, take the high road, take the high road.
You don't wanna talk about it, boy, that's no surprise. You come home smelling like liquor like every other night. If I catch you with her, you gon' catch me with him. You think I don't hear about it, you better think again. You know that rumors always turning to yelling and fighting. And once it's in my mind, only one way I'm driving, you know.
I know that I'ma take the high road, maybe get stoned, have a little too much of something terrible. And I'ma let you cool down while I walk out. You ain't messing me up like the times before. I don't need to take it to your shit show and knock yourself out and hit a new road. And I'ma take the high road, take the high road, take the high road. I'ma take the high road, maybe get stoned, have a little too much of something terrible. I'ma let you cool down while I walk out. You ain't messing me up like the times before. And I don't need to take it to your shit show, knock yourself out and hit a new road. I'ma take the high road, take the high road, take the high road. I'ma take the high road, take the high road, take the high
Everybody knows that down at old Joe's, he's icing them long necks down, dusting them stools off, racking them pool balls, about to turn the close sign round. Little later on when the sun gets gone, gonna be a crowd neath the neon lights. It won't be long till the good time's on, about to get country round here tonight. For all them boys in the fields making
All right, Onion Lake, the Thunder returns to the wagon track for heat number 3 of 7 for you tonight. Let's get you introduced to our drivers and outriders and our great sponsors on the wagon tarps. On the Iron Jet 3-barrel, Garth Sanderson, the Czech Estate Passing Band of the Cree Nation. Hoping one day soon to reach a settlement with the Canadian government that would pave the way for the reestablishment as a distinct and recognized band. Located in Treaty 6 territory with headquarters on the James Smith Cree Nation in Saskatchewan, Czech Estate Passing Band of the Cree Nation, Garth Sanderson drives off 3. Telcon 2-barrel, Roger Moore, Eco Green Energy Transfer, offering expert advice on logistics for all your propane and related equipment solutions on your work site or yard for cost-effective, efficient, and safe installations. See Eco Green Energy Transfer, that is Roger Moore on 2. Apex Distribution 1-barrel, Brian Mahan, Pure Chem Services. Delivering customized chemical solutions in the oil and gas industry with decades of technical expertise and the latest technologies, creating tailored customer solutions. PureChemServices.com is where you're going to find them online, and you'll find Brian Mahan with Pure Chem on 1. Your outriders for Garth Sanderson, Czech Estate Passing Band of the Cree Nation, Quinn Langevin and Mitch Weber. Outriding for Roger Moore, Eco Green Energy Transfer, Tegan LaRouche and Jory Brunken. And your outriders for Brian Mayans, Pure Chem Services Outfit, Lane Hewitt, and Logan Pethick. Logan thanks Sound Dogs and Meadow Lake, his outriding sponsor here on the 2026 Pro Tour. Sandman into 3, 007 on 2, Flying Brian. Last to load on 1, silence for the horn in heat number 3. The horn sounds and the teams punch it to that top barrel. Get around it. No, Garth Sanderson crunches that top barrel, and the top goes for Brian Mann as well. The 2 are standing on 2. That is 007, Roger Moore, Eco Green Energy Transfer, and he will steal the rail away from Flying Brian. Roger Moore leading the charge by a horse length with the Czechostate passing band of the Cree Nation. Garth Sanderson to his extreme outside, and now the lead teams will duel it out as they exit 2 and set him up for the backstretch run. Look to the inside of Roger Moore. That's a hard charge in Flying Brian Mann, and Pure Chem Services as he works along the rail. Some thinking might be heavy. Not the way Brian's running that rail right now down the backstretch as he forces Roger Moore too wide now with that Eco Green Energy Transfer wagon. And that means the Sandman is off to the overland route. 3 wide with the Czechostate passing band of the Cree Nation. We got a wall of wagons into that 4th and final corner. Garth Sanderson starts to drop back, but look at the 2 dueling it out on the front end. Along the rail is Brian Mann and Pure Chem Services, and he flies down the home stretch drive. Roger Moore too wide to his outside. Eco Green Energy Transfer's got the lead. It's not by much, and Roger Moore's going to get there by a horse length over Brian Mann, Pure Chem Services, and Garth Sanderson has to settle for 3rd with the Czechostate passing band of the Cree Nation outfit, and that is heat number 3. Let's go to your running times from heat number 2. We will tell you that this heat is under inquiry by our CPCA judges. Of course, all the running times we give you at the track is all unofficial. Once things become official, about an hour or so after the races, they are posted at cpcaracing.com. So this is all unofficial times, but this is what we have. 3rd spot, Lane Kennedy's wagon, Casocchio Brothers Construction, 135 and 58, plus 5 for the wagon knocking a barrel. Time for Lane Kennedy, 140 and 58, 140.58. Second, Leslie Memnook, the Bonneville Bulls Extreme Night Out wagon with a 131 and 79, penalty free for Leslie Memnook, 131.79. The winner of Heat 2, Darwin Casocchio, Stick Racing with a 130 and 79, penalty free for Darwin Casocchio, 130.79. And those are your running times from Heat 2. Ladies and gentlemen, from Loon Lake, Saskatchewan, a 4-time WPCA show champion, 007, that's Roger Moore, Eco Green Energy Transfer. He's won the Pinoka Stampede over the years. 3rd fastest last night for Roger Moore. Behind him is Garth Sanderson with the Czechostate passing band of the Cree Nation from the James Smith Cree Nation, the Sandman. Top 10 runs in Dewberry and Poundmaker. And behind him is Flying Brian Mann from High River, Alberta, driving for Pure Chem Services. He's competed in the WPCA. He's competed at the Rangeland Derby at the Calgary Stampede. And now Brian Mann, a 3rd-year driver on the CPCA Tour. A top 10 run for Brian Mann last night. He was 6th quickest on the night last night. Let's have a sneak peek now at your top 5 from last night. Calvin Fiddler was 5th on the night with a 133 and 35 with the Vantage Housing Solutions outfit. 4th quickest last night, Randall Stanley, D&L Fluid Hauling with a 132 and 61, 132.61. 3rd quickest, you just saw him, Roger Moore, Eco Green Energy Transfer. Had a 131 and 17 last night. 2nd day money went to Danny Ringette, Superior Concrete Pumping with a 130.08, 130 08. And the day money run went to Brad McMahon, Arcan Construction, with a 130.07. 130.07. That's right. Brad McMahon got the day money ahead of Danny Ringette by 1/100th of a second. It was that tight. It was that close. We will see what the fastest time is here tonight. Keep an eye on that Sure Shot Wireline fast time. And with those times that we got you, and keep in mind, heat number 2 is under inquiry, but with those times that we just got you from heat number 2, the unofficial day money run is a 1:30.79. Darwin Casocchio and Stick Racing is the Sure Shot Wireline fast time up until this point of the evening. All right? Why don't we, while we have a moment, take a quick look at your Leckie and Associate Chartered Accountants drivers standings coming into night 2 here in the Onion Lake Sports Days. Remember, we talked about it off the top of the show. You got to be in the top 6 by the end of Friday night at the finals. When we return here to this track in mid-August, top 6 is where you got to be in semifinals Saturday. And that, if you're not in the top 6, you will not have a shot at the Canadian title here in 2026. So, I mean, the drivers who are outside of the top 6 got some time. We got a lot of shows before we come back to Onion Lake for the finals. This is how it looks right now. Sitting 10th is Colby Stanley, 238 points. 9th is Chris Flanagan, 242. Sitting 8th is Josh Harinik, 243. Just ahead of him at 243.5, one of the rookies on tour, Kyle McKay in 7th, just on the outside looking in, and he is only a half point outside of that all-important top 6. Randall Stanley is number 6, 244 points. Rocky Bremner is 5th, 254.5. Sitting 4th is Dale Young, 272. A point better than him is Calvin Fiddler, 3rd with 273. Danny Ringette, 306. The number 1 driver right now, Brad McMahon, 310 points. And those are your Leckie and Associate Chartered Accountant driver standings. Heat number 4 comes in for the practice turn. Off the Iron Jet 3 barrel, Randall Stanley. D&L Fluid Hauling with a state-of-the-art hauling fleet designed to handle heavy loads and navigate challenging terrains. Whether it's transporting drilling rigs, pipelines, or other essential components, you can trust D&L to deliver your assets safely and on time. D&L Fluid Hauling, Randall Stanley. New look on the wagon box for Randall here this summer. He's on 3. Telcon 2-barrel, DJ DeSuter. Mainline Energy Inc., specializing in pipeline hydro testing, pigging, drying, and heating, with a staff that consists of project estimating and management, safety oversight, and field operations, with the ability to add additional personnel resources based on the size and complexity of the project. Mainline Energy Inc., DJ DeSuter on 2, and Apex Distribution 1-barrel, Phil Arcan, PKP Mechanical, proud to serve the Frog Lake community. Your CPCA Outriders for Randall Stanley, D&L Fluid Hauling, Logan Pethick, and Lane Hewitt. Lane would like to thank Neck Care Dr. Ansel Updegrove, his outriding sponsor, along with Boreal Builders of Turtle Lake, JWT Hats, Wrangler Well Servicing, and Showtime Big Rig Repair. Lots of sponsors helping him down the road. Your Outriders for DJ DeSuter, Mainline Energy, Tegan LaRouche, and Jory Bronkin. And your Outriders for Phil Arcan, PKP Mechanical, Darwin Ward, and Mitch Weber. As they pull them on in, it's go time. Silence for the horn. Here is Heat 4. There's the horn, and we're off in heat number 4. It is a quick start, a hard charge to the top of 2. DJ DeSuter is in an awful hurry with that Mainline Energy Inc., the Wildcat. He had a top 10 run last night. He was 7th, and he means business here tonight. We got 2 barrels down on 3. That is For Randall Stanley, D&L Fluid Hauling, not the way he wanted it to go tonight. He follows in third. The leader is Mainline Energy, the Wildcat DJ DeSuter by a length over Phil Arcan, PKP Mechanical, that is, down the backstretch. And DJ left that hole open along the rail, and Phil Arcan is going to take that spot. Force DJ running too wide, and then Randall Stanley is going to run to the wide side. Hopefully it's a little harder and not quite as soft in along the rail with that D&L Fluid Hauling outfit as he works from third, and now Phil Arcan takes over the lead in along the rail into that fourth and final corner. That is PKP Mechanical leaving DJ DeSuter behind. We'll see what happens down the home stretch drive. They are coming in hot. Phil Arcan checks back for DJ, checks back for his white-shirted Outriders, who are in great shape. Phil Arcan is going to win this one with PKP Mechanical by about 2.5 over Mainline Energy. And DJ DeSuter, D&L Fluid Hauling, that is Randall Stanley, third in heat number 4. Your CPCA running times now from heat number 3. Third place, Garth Sanderson, Chaska State Passing Band to the Cree Nation. Ran a 134 and 76, plus 1 for the wagon, starting ahead of the horn, and 5 more for the wagon knocking a barrel. Add 6 seconds onto the running time for the Sandman, Garth Sanderson. He'll finish the night with a 140 and 76. 140.76. Second, Brian Mann, Pure Chem Services, with a 130 and 89, plus 5 for the wagon knocking a barrel. Time for Brian Mann, 135 and 89, 135.89. The winner of heat number 3, Roger Moore, Eco Green Energy Transfer with a 130 and 62. Penalty free for Roger Moore, 130.62. Your CPCA running times from heat 3, and it looks like unofficially we got a new Sure Shot Wireline fast time, and that goes to Roger Moore, Eco Green Energy Transfer, 130 and 62, the time to beat. Ladies and gentlemen, from Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan, how about it for Mr. Randall Stanley, D&L Fluid Hauling? He finished 4th in the Pound Maker aggregate last weekend and had a top 5 run, 4th quickest here last night. From Grand Prairie, Alberta, this is the Wildcat, DJ DeSuter with Mainline Energy. Top 10 run in Pound Maker last weekend, another top 10 run last night. DJ was 7th. Call him the Wildcat. He used to play junior football for the Edmonton Wildcats. And from the Alexander First Nation, one of our rookies on tour this year, that's Phil Arcan with PKP Mechanical. Top 5 run in Dewberry a couple of weekends ago. Phil comes into the night tonight sitting 13th in the CPCA drivers' standings. I'm going to bring out those heroes one more time. Going to set things up for heat number 5. In the meantime, a chance to do some shopping at the CPCA Souvenir Trailer. North side of the grandstand, stocked with all the new race gear, with everything from chore jackets and women's jackets. There is Sherpa-lined vests over there, and long sleeve and short sleeve T-shirts, hoodies and sweatpants and hats, and even merchandise with youth sizes. Check it out. Souvenir booth is open. And we thank our friends at Battery Boss for sponsoring our Outrider of the Year award. We talked about those Battery Boss Outrider standings. The top Outrider at the end of the year will be crowned the CPCA High Point Outrider champion and will get themselves a Hunter X8 electric bike from our friends at Battery Boss. Speaking of friends, we want to thank our great friends that are great sponsors here in Onion Lake this weekend. Fort Pitt Farms and North Shore Tires for providing the crew for the turn-back barrier. Onion Lake Public Works helping us out with the heroes and the machinery and the water. Lands Department and the Onion Lake Recreation for being Tractor sponsors. We want to remind you now's a good time to get that 50-50 ticket as well. Take home half of the pot. Well, you might not, but you might. You need a ticket for that chance. Grab your ticket and support the Onion Lake Sports Days Committee, and good luck to you. And I believe the Dwayne Lewis Memorial is coming up tonight after we're done here. And then the sports days tomorrow begin at 10 o'clock with the Pony Chariot and Chuck Wagons. 10 a.m. Be here early for your favorite spot in the grandstand. CPCA will be back with day 3 tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. Indian Relay will occupy the track tomorrow night at 6. And again, don't forget that dance at 9 o'clock and the fireworks as well. We're going to take a short hero timeout. Chris Flanagan, Kyle McKay, and a man you know very well, Colby Stanley, will line up in heat number 5 in just a few minutes.
Ain't nothing that a beer can't fix. Ain't no pain it can't wash away. From the moment that it hits your lips, makes those clouds look a little less gray. Oh, you could be lonely, heartbroken, or hungover from the night before. Turn that frown into a smile real quick. Ain't nothing that a beer can't fix.
Good day, everybody. Mitch Lewis here with the CPCA media team and 7 Gen Productions. We're here at Sports Days, day number 2 for OLCN. I'm joined here with Mr. Ronald Harper. Ron, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing, man?
Pretty good, pretty good. Why don't you tell us about what you're doing out here?
I just came to watch the races. I was pretty fortunate enough to shake some hands with the guys, and they called me out to do a quick wash on their mobile unit here, the nice truck, 7 Gen truck. It was pretty muddy, so they wanted to make it look showcase ready. They said they're going to give me a payment, but I shook hands on just shout outs.
Yeah.
And I was able to go around to all the camps and give my card out, just letting them know about myself. So my name's Ronald Harper. I'm a local Indigenous entrepreneur here in Onion Lake, Saskatchewan. So I provide a professional mobile detailing service here in Onion Lake. I've been working with a lot of departments, just family units too, personal trucks. And it's pretty good to get the support from the local community. So yeah, I'm just here helping out and washing some trucks and let all the camps know that I'm gonna be here. And even when they hit the road here on the last couple days there, I let them know if they want my service. I'll be posted up at the mall, do some quick washes, affordable of course, and just so that they're roadworthy, road ready, safe, get all the mud off. It's pretty muddy out here, so a lot of units I bet are going to be wanting to get that quick wash, so I'll be there, affordable. I let them know too that it'll be affordable pricing, way better than Lloyd's prices, you know. I bet a lot of them stop by, a lot of truck washes to wash their units. So yeah, just thankful for you guys to let me come on the live stream here. Yeah.
Right on. So I've got I got a question for you. Your services here that you're doing, how did it all start? Where did you kind of come up with the idea? Like, what was the thing that said, you know what, I want to do this. Let's get out there and do it. And what were the steps, kind of leading up to that?
Well, I'd like to say it just started with a vacuum, some bottles of cleaner, and some rags. Basically, a vacuum and a dream. And I started providing my service to some of the people I worked with up in Onion Lake Well Servicing. And from there, I just kind of started doing it on family units. And then I took an entrepreneurship program here in Onion Lake, and it just kind of kickstarted everything. They helped me with building my Facebook page, my business page, also a website. And so I just pushed professionally after that, bought all my equipment, started putting my name out there, and it's been pretty good so far. In the past few months, I've been getting a lot of work, and I'm pretty grateful for it.
That's awesome, yeah. A lot of people are talking about it. I've seen it on Facebook. There's a lot of I follow your guys' page and I like your guys' work. Yep. My vehicle's pretty dirty, so maybe we can get you out there and get it, shine it up. So for all those entrepreneurs out there, like all the young ones, everyone that's out there that wants to get into something like what you're doing, would you have any tips for them how to get into starting your own business, what kind of obstacles you face and how you can overcome those, and start from here and work your way up?
Well, it all starts with an idea. If you got an idea, for me, I've always had the idea, and I'd like to tell you the truth. It all started with watching videos on YouTube. I started watching these shorts, right? Short little videos on YouTube, and they were very satisfying watching vehicles get washed. They use air compressors too to blast out all the dirt, cleaning their brushes, and I was like, man, I could do that. I already clean vehicles, so I could start pushing this work. So I started purchasing stuff every paycheck. Started buying a vacuum cleaner, started buying microfiber cloths, ordering some chemicals, right? And they're all the chemicals I use are all they're breathable chemicals. They're not going to harm you, right? And sometimes I mix some together, and I do my research on that, so nothing's going to be too overpowering. And for all those who want to start, if you have an idea, I say just go for it, because a lot of procrastination happened when I thought about it. It took me a little bit, and then everything started falling into place when I wanted to do it. And I was lucky enough to get a hold of Lydia Lewis at Onion Lake Employment and Careers and Training. And I got into a entrepreneurship program, and I'm pretty grateful for that. It just kickstarted everything. I kind of knew about everything to do, but not everything. They helped me with my Facebook page, they helped me with my website, and they also helped me find a website that I could make my business cards and print them as well. And they're pretty affordable. And if you don't want to go that route, you could also go to Staples. I think they provide 250 cards for free. I haven't yet to do that, because what I've been doing is it's more convenient on my computer. But yeah, just for all those young entrepreneurs that are looking to start something, I say just go for it. Just take a leap of faith. And you might not have everything all together, but the best thing you could do is just take a leap of faith and build as you go. And I'm still doing that. Yeah. I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'll get there soon enough. Yeah.
Right on. So we're out here at these races. I think we are day 2 here. You've been here since day 1, and like you said, you guys should have seen the truck when we first got here. It was caked with mud. We had nothing but rain. If you see it right now, spotless. Right after you were done, we didn't even recognize the truck. It was so clean. I don't know, you guys can't see the trailer, but there's mud on there. So if you guys need your vehicle washed, detailed, get a hold of Ronald. He does an amazing job, tremendous job. Not only that too, to have your own business, but to have that kind of personality where people can, get along with you well. It carries your business well. Yep. And you're doing a good job, man.
Thanks, man.
It's a really good job. Is there anything else you'd like to say to anybody out there watching?
I just hope everyone enjoys the races. Onion Lake is pretty awesome for making the races free. So yeah, just come enjoy the races. It's a good time. I'm out here. I washed half of my vehicle there, so I think I'm gonna be pulling up over there. I think it's a good guerrilla marketing tactic. So I'm gonna wash half of it, like get it all clean again, but only one side. So you're gonna see the muddy side, and then you're gonna see what it could be. I think that's a good marketing tactic, you know. So I'll be parked over there, and anyone wants to come see me, I got my cards on me, and I'm local here in the community.
That's right on, man. So yeah, make sure you guys come out here. You'll see them parked over there by the grandstands. I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be a good one. We'll make sure we got the camera and the drone ready to go and catch that. Whereabouts are you parked right now? Just off to the side?
Right over here by where the water's set up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just parked there and I'm watching the races on my phone.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. So speaking of the races here, do you have anyone that you think is going to walk away with the Dash for Cash here?
Oh man, I've been watching, and I think the McMahon, right? He's doing really good right now. I've seen 3 heats already. And I seen your Joe, and I really like the footage you're getting, man. I was watching you right there control it. It's pretty cool. They got some really good gear at 7 Gen.
Yeah, no doubt. Like compared to last year, we started off with probably just maybe I think 4 cameras, something what we call a YOLO box was what we streamed on.
Yeah.
And comparing that to now, like if you've seen the inside of that trailer and how everything here is connected, you'd be blown away, man. Like it's a lot. And that drone, it's fun to fly. You know, it's very fun, but it's also scary. You don't want to be the one to crash into something.
He's watching out for all the power lines here. It's just going, you know.
Well, even too, when I'm doing like crowd shots flying by, I'm constantly asking the guys, am I good? Am I cleared? Am I going to hit anything? Because all it takes is like one little ding, and then that drone comes down and she's out, and it's probably like, I don't know, a couple $1,000s just to repair that. So
pretty pricey.
Yeah, I know. So when you're not doing your business, what do you kind of do in like your own time, you know? Like what's your personal thing that you like to do?
Well, my day job, I'm an addiction support worker with the Onion Lake Healing Wellness. I started off in cultural support, and I just moved to the pre-treatment, so I'm there helping people on their recovery paths, whether it's mental health or addiction support. I'm that guy, right? So just helping people on their recovery paths and walking with them. And then after that, I try to get in a detail a day, and then on the weekends I try to do at least 2 or 3. Right, so I've been pretty busy. I took a couple weeks off with the awards. My blended family, my partner, and my kids. You know, 2 households and all the awards. So I've been pretty busy lately, but I'm happy to get started again. I know there's been a lot of people calling me wanting their vehicles cleaned, and it's a good time. You know, I'm really looking forward to purchasing a garage setup here soon, so I could detail all year. Yeah.
That's awesome. So you can basically say you're living a pretty busy life with your day-to-day, and then you're entrepreneur.
Yeah.
How do you manage that time? You know, like how do you find time to balance that with your family and all that?
That's what it is. It's the support. I have a lot of support with my family, with my partner, with our kids, and where I work compared to where I used to work. I used to work in the oil field where I used to leave when it was dark outside in the morning and then get home when it's dark, right? And you know, like I made some good money, but money's not everything. When it comes to my family and the support they needed at home, I had a career shift, and then all of a sudden doing all that and getting all the training with mental health and crisis support, suicide training, intervention, right? I think I'm on the right path. I'm pretty grateful for Onion Lake Healing and Wellness for everything they've done for me and all the opportunities. And with that support, I got to thank my family, my partner, for all the support that I have, because if it wasn't for them, I couldn't do what I do today, you know? And I'm still on that path. I'm not where I want to be, but I take it every day, day by day.
That's awesome. Well, Ron, I want to thank you for giving us this interview. I want to say good job on your entrepreneurship. You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Everyone out there, if you guys need detailing, call Ronald. I believe we got the races coming up here again, so we're going to send it back to the guys in the studio here. Back to you, boys.
Right on, thanks.
Onion Lake, we're chasing our dreams of becoming a Canadian champion in 2026. It means fast, it means clean, and it means consistent on a nightly basis. Here we go with heat number 5 off the Iron Jet 3 barrel. That is Chris Flanagan. Sure Shot wire line. Safe, efficient, reliable, and honest. They're located in Bonnyville. Sure Shot puts customer service at the forefront while delivering state-of-the-art wireline services throughout Western Canada. Sure Shot wireline. Chris Flanagan is on 3. Telcon 2-barrel Kyle McKay. And the OCL Group. Trust their experts to help you build, maintain, and grow. Groundbreaking solutions that help you process and deliver quality petrochemical products to the masses. Doing the job right with Kyle McKay and the OCL Group on 2. Apex Distribution 1 barrel, that's Colby Stanley. All Nations Building Supplies. Home goods, lumber yard, and hardware store right here in your community of Onion Lake. The defending champ, Colby Stanley, the Cobras on 1. Your Outriders. For Chris Flanagan, Sure Shot Wireline, Logan Pethick and Tegan LaRouche. Outriding for Kyle McKay, the OCL Group, Quinn Langevin and Mitch Weber. And outriding for Colby Stanley, All Nations Building Supplies, Jory Bronken and Lane Hewitt. And that is heat number 5. All set to go for you. Talked about the Outrider standings earlier. Logan Pethick, the number 1 Outrider in the standings. He's holding leaders on 3 for Chris Flanagan. Last to load on 1, the Cobra. Silence for the horn. We're set to go in heat 5. There's the horn and a nice start right across the infield. Get around it, Colby. No, he doesn't. He crunches that top barrel, and Kyle McKay had the top barrel rocking and rolling, but it's still standing. And, yeah, that'll cost Colby 5, and we're off and running. He's got the rail position, running 3rd right now along the rail. Make it 2nd, I think. And the OCL Group of Kyle McKay, who's right smack dab in the middle of the 2. Chris Flanagan on the outside. The Cobra on the inside. Kyle McKay's now dropped back to 2nd. The Cobra along the rail. The defending and reigning Canadian champion takes over. Top spot on the racetrack by a half a length. Halfway down the backstretch. All Nations Building Supplies. Building some more speed and building a bigger lead for Colby Stanley. And then the OCL Group, Kyle McKay. And now Chris Flanagan duels it out with him for 2nd spot with that Sure Shot Wireline. And all the CPCA Outriders bunched up right to the outside of Chris Flanagan. We'll see what kind of speed Chris can find with that lightning bolt in the side of the wagon down the home stretch. But the man with the plan and all the speed is on the front end, and that is the Cobra, Colby Stanley, biting again. All Nations Building Supplies, and the Fangs are coming out tonight down the home stretch. He is moving, and he's going to get there by a length over. Chris Flanagan's going to get there for 2nd. Sure Shot Wireline made up some ground, and a nice finish for Flanny. OCL Group and Kyle McKay settles for a close 3rd. That is heat number 5. Your running times from heat number 4. 3rd place, Randall Stanley, D&L Fluid Hauling with a 131 and 23. Plus 10 for the wagon knocking both barrels. Each barrel costs you 5. Both were down. He also picked up 2 seconds for an outrider missing a barrel. Add 12 seconds onto the running time for Randall Stanley. He will wrap up the night with a 143 and 23. 143-23. 2nd, DJ DeSuter, Mainline Energy Inc., with a 129 and 95. Penalty free for DJ DeSuter, 129.95. And the winner of Heat 4, Phil Arcan, PKP Mechanical, with a 126 and 95. Penalty free for Phil Arcan, 126.95. Your CPCA running times from Heat number 4, and we got a new Sure Shot Wireline fast time. That goes to Phil Arcan, PKP Mechanical. The time to beat, a 126 and 95. The orange and black on the track is your hometown boy. Now makes home in Meadow Lake. The Cobra, the defending and reigning Canadian champ, Colby Stanley, All Nations Building Supplies. There's a man that had a day money last weekend on the Poundmaker Cree Nation. And unfortunately for the Cobra tonight, When the barrel lays on its side, that's never a good thing, unfortunately. Behind him, from Radway, Alberta, one of our rookies on tour. Put your hands together for Kyle McKay in the OCL group. After 18 years of driving ponies, he decided to make the jump to the big wagons. He come from the Solomon School of Chuck Wagon Racing, mentored by Wade Solomon and Evan Solomon, who race over the World Tour. Kyle McKay comes into the day today, 7th in the driver's standings. And that green lightning bolt on the side of the box is from Bonnyville, Alberta. That's Chris Flanagan, sure shot, wireline, two-time Rangeland Derby competitor at the Calgary Stampede. Flanny comes into the night sitting 9th in the Canadian standings. And that is heat number 5. Lining up heat number 6, we have Josh Horinek, Rocky Bremner, and Calvin Fiddler lining up in this 6th heat here tonight. Your guess is as good as mine. Josh Horinek will be racing here for the first time. I believe he might have been here as a CPCA outrider back in the day, but when he made the move to the wagon box, he spent the last 7 years over in the WPCA on the World Tour. And Josh, along with Roger Moore, decided to come onto the Canadian circuit, and we're happy to have him. And Josh Horinek will be out here in heat number 6, along with Rocky Bremner. Now, here's a man to watch. He rolls into the night, the number 5 driver in the Canadian standings. We talked about it earlier. You want to be in the top 6 comfortably. You don't want the pressure on you when you roll into the finals. You want to be up there comfortably. Rocky Bremner has continued to climb the standings throughout the last couple of weeks, and here he is in the number 5 position. So he's right where he wants to be right now. And then you look at Calvin Fiddler. He is sitting 3rd in the Canadian standings. So we got 2 of these drivers sitting inside the top 6. Now, where's Josh? Well, when we talked about those Lecky and Associate Chartered Accountants driver standings earlier, we mentioned Josh Horinek was sitting inside the top 10, but he is sitting at 8th. But even though he's not in the top 6, he is only 1 point outside of a top 6 position. It is jammed right up there, and it is going to be an exciting race to watch. Not only the rest of the way here in Onion Lake, but when we continue the second half of the season. After we're done here on Canada Day afternoon, once we have a Dash for Cash winner, there's going to be a fun run. That is a non-point show. There will be drivers there from the Canadian Tour and maybe even the World Tour and the Poundmaker Cree Nation for a fun run, while the Calgary Stampede is on. One of the drivers you're going to see here tonight will be competing at the Rangeland Derby, the Calgary Stampede. When he packs up camp, loads up the horses at Onion Lake, he's bound for Calgary to compete. And that, of course, is Danny Ringette, our 2023 Canadian champion. Danny Ringette will be out here in our 7th and final heat here tonight. But this is heat number 6. On the Iron Jet number 3 barrel, the first in for the practice turn, that is Josh Horinek with T-Bar 1 Transport, offering oversized transport, oil field tank moving, and heavy haul services from Manitoba all the way over to British Columbia to the Yukon and Northwest Territories. Find them online for more details and more information. tbar1.com. T-Bar 1 Transport, Josh Horenek's on 3. Telcon 2-barrel, Rocky Bremner, Wisconsin-Manaski Construction. Whether you're breaking ground on a new development or tackling your next big project, their experienced team are committed to getting the job done safely and on time and built to last. Wisconsin-Manaski Construction, Rocky Bremner on 2. Apex Distribution 1-barrel, Calvin Fiddler, Vantage Housing Solutions. Homes for the lifestyle you want, from lot preparation, landscaping, fencing, driveways, garage, deck, utility hookups, and assistance with permits. Vantage in Bonnyville is going to help you with all aspects for a turnkey setup. VantageHousing.ca. That's Calvin Fiddler on 1. Your outriders for Josh Horinek. T-Bar 1 Transport, Logan Pethick and Jory Bronkin. Outriding for Rocky Bremner, Wisconsin Askey Construction, Mitch Weber and Darwin Ward. And Calvin Fiddler's Job Developments Outriders. For that Vantage Housing Solutions outfit, Quinn Langevin and Lane Hewitt setting you up for heat number 6. Josh Reddick first in. The Rockstar will load on 2. And Team 21 to the 1 barrel. Silence for the horn, heat 6. There's the horn and a nice quick start. It looks good as we turn and burn and cast our fate to the figure 8. And they're all going to get out there at the same time. Well done, fellas. Barrels are standing. Outriders are going to mount up. We got a red-shirted outrider getting out of town now as the Thunder dances around that first quarter. Vantage Housing Solutions got the advantage. That is Team 21, Calvin Fiddler. But to his right elbow around that second quarter is the lead team of Josh Herenick and T-Bar 1 Transport hauling the goods to the outside of Calvin Fiddler. And Rocky Bremner will battle from the backside. He is about a length and 3/4 behind Josh Herenick for second as Wisconsin Askey Construction tries to build a little more speed into that third quarter. But it's Vantage Housing Solutions. Calvin Fiddler along the rail trying to hold off a tough customer in Dewberry, Alberta's Josh Herenick. T-Bar 1 Transport, the lead is by a horse length. Calvin Fiddler along the rail with Josh Herenick 2 wide. Rocky Bremner will battle from the backside, try to find some late race speed down the home stretch drive. This one could be anybody's game unless, no, Calvin Fiddler's got other ideas. He's going to pull ahead. Vantage Housing. Team 21's going to win it by about a length and a half over. Josh Herenick just got there with T-Bar 1 Transport just ahead. I'll tell you, Rocky was coming in hot there. Wisconsin Askey Construction, a strong finish, but he'll settle for third across the line, heat number 6. Your CPCA running times from Heat 5. Third place, Colby Stanley, All Nations Building Supplies. Track time of 1:29 and 90, plus 5 for the wagon knocking a barrel, and he also had 2 more for an outrider missing a barrel. Add 7 seconds on to Colby Stanley's time. He will wrap up the night with a 1:36 and 90. 1:36.90. Second, Kyle McKay, the OCL group, with a 1:31 and 18. Penalty free for Kyle McKay, 1:31.18. Winner of Heat 5, Chris Flanagan, sure shot wire line, 1:30 and 94. Penalty free for Chris Flanagan, 1:30.94. Your CPCA running times from Heat 5. And with those times in, still the leader on the day, the rookie Phil Arcand in Heat 4. PKP Mechanical has got the time to beat so far tonight with a 1:26 and 95. From Dewberry, Alberta, this is Josh Herenick, T-Bar 1 Transport. 7 years in the WPCA, made the jump to the Canadian Tour. We're happy to have him. He finished 5th in the Poundmaker aggregate last weekend, and a nice run from 2 wide here tonight, coming off that number 3 barrel. We're going to have one more hero timeout coming your way, and then the 7th and final heat here tonight, and then we're going to turn things over to the Dwayne Lewis Memorial coming your way. Coming in our final heat here tonight, the top 3 drivers coming into the Onion Lake Sports Days will be racing for you. That will be Brad McMahon, Danny Ringette, and Dale Young's outfit. And I don't believe Dale is driving his own wagon. He's got a guest driver here tonight. He had some other commitments to be at this weekend. I believe Daxon graduated, so he wanted to be there for his family and his son's graduation. So we're without Dale Young in heat number 7. But as we bring back the rock star, Rocky Brebner from Glassland, Saskatchewan, Wisconsin ASCII Construction. There's a man who had a top 5 run in Dewberry a couple of weekends ago. Rocky sitting 5th in the CPCA driver standings. And Team 21 is from Meadow Lake. He's a proud member of the Waterhen Lake First Nation. Calvin Fiddler, Vantage Housing Solutions. Top 5 run and pound maker last weekend. He was 5th fastest last night. And you know Calvin wants to be in that dash for cash. Calvin's currently 3rd in the Canadian standings. Tell you, once you get a taste of those dash for cashes, you want more. Calvin Fiddler last summer was in one of those dash for cash races in Beardy's in Okamasis. He didn't win it, but you know he wants to be back in a dash for cash this weekend in Onion Lake. Got to be in the top 3 after tomorrow night. And after night 1, he's sitting in a pretty good spot in the number 5 position with a nice run from Fids here tonight. CPCA would like to thank some more corporate sponsors for their support here on the 2026 Pro Tour. Relay Distributing, rely on Relay. L&A Chartered Professional Accountants, Lloydminster. Grow your business with us. First Nation Insurance Services, start with better benefits. Ophelia James Medical Aesthetic, naturally refined, confidently you. And Northern Livestock Sales, online at northernlivestocksales.ca. For a full list of sponsors, go to cpcaracing.com. It's these companies who are committed to sustaining the sport of chuck wagon racing and our Western heritage. And we ask you, the great wagon fans, to support the sponsors that support this sport, because without them, we wouldn't be entertaining you here tonight at the Onion Lake Sports Days. Heralds are coming out, north end of the grandstand. You're going to find the CPCA souvenir trailer. Take home a souvenir from the racetrack tonight. New hat, wear it back to the track tomorrow. That's open for you right now. And I want to thank my friends at Provincial Vodka for helping me and my family down the wagon trail as a chuck wagon announcer. And they got a great product, too. A product smooth like no other vodka. And from the makers of Provincial Vodka, Crush It Hard Iced Tea. Keep it simple. An easy summer drink that is refreshingly delicious. Do what you love, drink what you love, Crush It. Available at your favorite liquor store. Again, the Dwayne Lewis Memorial is on the schedule for after the CPCA races tonight, so stick around. Give us about 10 minutes to reset the playing field one more time, and then Brad McMahon, Danny Ringette, and the Dale Young Wagon will be out here for our 7th and final heat here tonight.
In this crazy town, pay your dues and you play for free, and you pray for a honky-tonk destiny. Cut your teeth in the smoky bars and live off the tips from a pickle jar till you find a cool new sound, and you smile when the record man shoots you down.
Number 7, our final heat for you tonight. Silence, please. And on the front end is Brad McMahon as they set him up down the backstretch. He leads by 3/4 of the length with Prairie Pines Butcher Shop. In every stride, Danny's gonna get their superior concrete pumping. and send them out of town. And it is.
Ain't ashamed of where I'm from or where I've been.
There's the horn, and we are off and running our seventh and final heat. Nice turn. No, Danny dropped that top barrel. You don't see that often from Danny Ringette. The former Canadian champion, Superior Concrete Pumping, wins the race to the rail. He leads by a length and a half over Brad McMahon, Arcan Construction. And trailing, that's Roger Moore driving for Dale Young. And that Eco Green Energy Transfer wagon as they run from third, rounding two and setting up for the backstretch run. That's Danny Ringette. He'll be off to the Calgary Stampede for the sixth time to compete in the Rangeland Derby. Beginning Friday night, that Superior Concrete Pumping looking superior on a Sunday night here at Heritage Park as Brad McMahon tries to chase him down with Arcan Construction. He's trying to close some ground into that third corner. A little bit soupy on that backstretch. Looks better into the corners, but Danny Ringette trying to make up some track time from the costly barrel penalty in the infield as Superior Concrete Pumping turns four and send them home. They were coming in hot with Brad McMahon putting the pressure on Danny Ringette, Arcan Construction, but Brad McMahon's going to be too little too late to the party. Danny Ringette's going to get there by a length over Brad McMahon, and Roger Moore driving for Dale Young, and that Eco Green Energy Transfer wagon finishes third here in heat number 7.
Danse, relatives, friends, competitors, and visitors, welcome to Onion Lake Cree Nation. Today, as we gather for Onion Lake Sports Day and Rodeo, we are reminded of the strong spirit that lives in our nation. This event is more than a weekend of competition. It is a celebration of who we are, where we come from, and the people who continue to carry our community forward. Onion Lake has always been a place where people come together. From our schools to our sports grounds, from our powwow celebrations to our rodeo arena. Every place tells a part of our story. Our ancestors understood the importance of gathering. They understood the strength of family, community, and culture, and the land. Today, we continue that tradition by coming together to cheer, to visit, to laugh, and to celebrate the talents of our people. Here at the rodeo grounds, you can feel that energy, the sound of the horses, the excitement of the chuck wagon races, and the speed of the Indian relay, the skill of the riders, and the pride of every competitor. These moments remind us of our connection to the horse, to our traditions, and to the spirit of competition that brings people from all over to Onion Lake. But what makes this event special is not only what happens in the arena, it is the family sitting together. It is the young ones watching and learning. It is our elders being honored. It is our visitors being welcomed. It is our nation showing its pride of who we are. Sports Day is about unity. It's about culture. It's about celebrating our youth, our athletes, our riders, our families, and everyone who helps make Onion Lake strong. On behalf of Onion Lake Cree Nation, I welcome to our Sports Day and Rodeo. Enjoy the races, cheer loud, respect one another, and take pride being part of this gathering. We are Onion Lake Cree Nation. We are strong in culture, strong in community, strong together. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Deborah and I am the Adventures Coordinator. I welcome all you here to Dakota Dunes Resort. Dakota Dunes Resort has the authentic, one-of-a-kind experiences which are seasonal from summer to winter. So today we're going to be participating in some teepee teachings, Indigenous game, a powwow presentation, Bannigan bonfire, and the Cosmic Dome. Every season brings a new way to explore, from golf, canoeing, and hiking. This land has many stories to tell, and I can't wait for you to be a part of them.
Good day again, everybody. Mitch Lewis here with CPCA Media Team and 7 Gen. We're just getting ready for the 7th and final heat of day 2 here in Onion Lake. We got the crew out there working hard to bring you guys all the good angles, bring you guys all the action. We got our producers, Mr. Cadence Giroux, Fraser Heathen in the trailer. Got our camera guys, Joseph Cackham on corner 1. Your main camera you're seeing on to the side there is Mr. Brian Misto. And the guy that's bringing you all those good angles behind me on that back stretch is Mr. Tyron Mountain. Myself, I'm flying the drone, keeping you guys entertained. It's good. Beautiful weather out here. Had some rain, but we're still going. 7th and final heat is coming up. Right after this, they're going to be going into the Dwayne Lewis Memorial, which is a karaoke competition taking place here. I think it might be behind the grandstands. They're setting up here somewhere, but that's going to be coming up. Day 3 is coming up tomorrow. Hopefully, we're not going to be dealing with rain again. I should have wore my cowboy hat. I left it in the vehicle. But tractors look like they are going to be going in here right away. We got the wagons behind me at the entrance getting ready to come in. Outriders getting ready to come in here. Beautiful day, couldn't have asked for a better day. I think we had probably about 15 minutes of a downpour. But as you can see, the sun is out. The wagons are ready to turn and burn. The horses are running out, ripping up the track. It's a beautiful, beautiful time out here. We will be getting ready to head to, I believe it is Saddle Lake coming up next for the next CPCA races. We still have Saddle Lake, Batoche, Beardies, Whitecap, and then the finals will be coming back here in Onion Lake. So a lot of good action coming to you guys. Excited for that. A lot of good racing. I think we just seen Colby Stanley there on the previous couple of heats. He had a good run, quite a good run. The horses came out, took him all the way. Pretty sure he won his heat. After this, like I said, karaoke. If you are in Onion Lake, if you got a beautiful voice, even if you just want to come and sing, there will be a karaoke competition. It's going to be a good one. There's a lot of talented people out there. Excited to see a lot of the singers. It's always exciting when they have competitions like this. You never know who's got that voice, you know. Last year when I first came here, they had I think it was a competition as well for karaoke. There's lots and lots of good singers, lots of talent. There's male, female, and duet. I believe the prizes are $300 for first, $200 for second, and $100 for third. I could be wrong, but I'll double check for you guys. But it looks like we're going to get going here right away, so I'm going to send it back to the boys into the booth there. So back over to you guys.
I was raised on a little patch of heaven, wheat fields and old dirt roads, where the tin roof sings, the whole damn thing shakes when the cold wind blows. Well, it ain't all sunshines and rainbows, hard times we all know, but I go back in a minute to the land of the wicked wheat fields and old dirt roads. I go back in a minute to the land of the wicked wheat fields and old dirt roads. La da da.
All right, heat number 7, our final heat for you tonight. Don't forget, we'll be back with 7 more heats tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock on the Iron Jet 3-barrel. Brad McMahon, Arcan Construction. New construction, renovations, additions, decks, garages, windows, doors, siding, and more. Call for a free estimate, 780-545-8104. Arcan Construction, Brad McMahon on 3. Telcon 2-barrel, Danny Ringette, Superior Concrete Pumping, providing concrete pumping throughout northern Alberta and Saskatchewan, and they've been doing it since 1979. They're out of Cold Lake. They also do mud jacking, formwork, and have a placing and finishing division and carpenters on staff. For complete site prep services, Superior Concrete Pumping, Danny Ringette on 2. Apex Distribution 1-barrel, that is Randall Stanley driving for Dale Young, who is not with us here this weekend. All right, and they're running the DNL fluid hauling tarp on this 7th and final heat. Your outriders for Brad McMahon, Arcan Construction, Quinn Langevin, and Lane Hewitt. Outriding for Danny Ringette, Superior Concrete Pumping, Logan Pethick and Tegan LaRouche. And your outriders for the Dale Young wagon, guided by Randall Stanley. That's Jory Bronkin and Trey Delver. Setting up heat 7. The 3 fastest coming into the Onion Lake Sports Days are locked and loaded for you in this 7th and final heat. Silence for the horn. There's the horn, and heat number 7 is a quick start for Danny Ringette, Superior Concrete Pumping, and right there with them is that Dale Young wagon guided by Randall Stanley, and to his outside is Brad McMahon. All barrels are standing in the infield as the Thunder dances into that second quarter, and the leader is Superior Concrete Pumping, Danny Ringette. Superior here tonight so far, but he's got a couple of tough customers right in behind the stove rack, and one of those guys is Brad McMahon, the day money runner from last night, Arcan Construction, building a little speed. Danny Ringette's lead is a length in the back stretch, and then to the inside of Brad McMahon is that Dale Young wagon, guided by Randall Stanley here tonight as he tries to chase down the front runners into that third corner. Danny Ringette off to the Calgary Stampede for the 6th time here. Later this week, he wants some day money tonight with Superior Concrete Pumping. Those thoroughbreds are pumping here tonight as they turn 4 and ask for a little more. Your chance, Onion Lake, to make some noise for the boys and the equine athletes of the CPCA. Danny Ringette, Superior Concrete Pumping. Nobody's catching him tonight. He's going to get to the wire by a length and a half over Brad McMahon. Arcan Construction, and then that Dale Young wagon guided by Randall Stanley finishes 3rd in heat number 7. Let's go to your running times now from heat number 6. In 3rd place, Rocky Bremner with Scottaman Askey Construction with a 1:30 and 25. Penalty free for Rocky Bremner, 1:30.25. Second, Josh Harinik, T-Bar 1 Transport with a 1:29 and 83. Penalty free for Josh Harinik, 1:29.83. And the winner of heat number 6, Calvin Fiddler, Vantage Housing Solutions with a 1:28 and 11. Penalty free for Calvin Fiddler, 1:28.11. Your running times from heat number 6. All right, ladies and gentlemen, how about it for our CPCA Outriders? They usually bunch up. Here's a couple of them for you. But, hey, round of applause for Quinn and Lane and Tegan and Logan and Jory and Trey. Another great job. Time for them to hit the showers. How about it, ladies and gentlemen, for a cowboy helping out another cowboy this weekend? That's Randall Stanley driving for Dale Young here tonight. There's more of your CPCA Outriders. Job well done tonight, fellas. It's nice to see, even though they're competitors, They step up for one another. Last night, Roger Moore was driving for Dale Young, who's absent this weekend. And tonight, Randall Stanley steps up to the plate to help out Dale Young. Great to see. Great sportsmanship. And ladies and gentlemen, from Chauvin, Alberta, our Poundmaker Show champion last weekend, this is Brad McMahon, Arcan Construction. And your day money runner last night, Brad McMahon, the number one driver in the Canadian standings. And from Bonnyville, Alberta, the defending Onion Lake Show champion from 1 year ago, this is Danny Ringette, Superior Concrete Pumping, our 2023 Canadian champion. He's sitting second in the Canadian standings. And beginning Friday, he will be making his 6th trip to the Rangeland Derby at the Calgary Stampede. Now the CPCA Nightcap is provided by Great Western Brewery, drink of choice with the Canadian Professional Chuckwagon Association. Even though we're wrapped up here tonight, CPCA Souvenir Trailer will remain open for a few minutes yet to grab one of those souvenirs on your way out the gate tonight. So do some shopping, and we thank our great sponsors, Fort Pitt Farms and North Shore Tire, for sponsoring the turnback barrier for the Onion Lake Sports Days. Onion Lake Public Works for helping us out with the harrows and the machinery and the water, for the equine athletes back at the barn, the Lands Department, and Onion Lake Recreation, our tractor sponsors. And a reminder, the Sports Days tomorrow, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, the Northwest Saskatchewan Pony Chuckwagon and Chariot Association Colton Patagon Memorial. 10 o'clock tomorrow morning with the ponies. The CPCA at 2 o'clock. Indian Relay on track for the first time in the sports days. 6 o'clock tomorrow night, followed by Armin Duck Chief, and he's playing the dance. And then, of course, fireworks. We're going to get you the running times from Heat 7, top 5 of the night, top 5 of a 2-day aggregate coming up for you in just a little bit. Remember, once times become official, race results will be posted at cpcaracing.com, and you can relive tonight's actions from the drone's view, courtesy of 7th Gen Productions. That'll be on the CPCA Facebook page. And now we got a 50-50 to draw. How much is the money? $1,145 going to the winning 50-50 ticket number. By the way, don't go anywhere. We have a karaoke contest coming up tonight. You don't want to miss that. Okay. Are they the same color or different colors? There's red and white. You want me to do this? Are you sure about that? I'm going to have one really good friend here in just a few seconds. There it is. Okay, I only got one, right? And it is red. Red ticket. How much was it for again? $11.45. Okay, red ticket for the 50-50 win. 493-0702. 493-0702. You've won $1,145. Where do they go to get the cash? You got to come across the track to the rodeo office. 493-0702. That is a red ticket. Thanks for your support for the Onion Lake Sports Days, and congratulations to our 50-50 ticket money winner. Well, ladies and gentlemen, give us a couple minutes. We got running times from Heat 7, top 5 of the day, and a top 5 of a 2-day aggregate for you very shortly.
ain't from where I'm from, you might have never heard the rain on an old tin roof, kicked an inch of dirt off an old pair of boots like I did. If you ain't from where I'm from, you might have never got a truck stuck in the mud, mixed coke and club in a Sonic cup on a weekend. Oh, it might sound crazy, but oh, that's what made me. You might think there ain't much to it, but you wouldn't know.
All right, Wagon fans, our running times are in. Let's begin with heat number 7. In third place, the Dale Young Wagon, guided by Randall Stanley, with a 131.25, plus 2 for outrider interference on a wagon, and 1 more for an outrider assistant. Oh, the outrider being ahead of the lead team went across the line. So that'll cost Randall Stanley and the Dale Young Wagon 3 seconds, time of 134.25 tonight, 134.25. Second, Brad McMahon, Arcan Construction, 129.61, penalty free for Brad McMahon, 129.61. And the winner of Heat 7, Danny Ringette, Superior Concrete Pumping, with a 127.78, penalty free for Danny Ringette, 127.78. Now we go to the top 5 of the night tonight, day 2 of the Onion Lake Sports Days here at Heritage Park. 5th on the night, Josh Harinik with T-Bar 1 Transport, a 129.83. 129.83. 4th, Brad McMahon, Arcan Construction, 129.61. 129.61. 3rd tonight, Calvin Fiddler, Vantage Housing Solutions, with a 128.11. 128.11. Second quickest, Danny Ringette, Superior Concrete Pumping, with a 127.78. 127.78. And the day money on night 2 goes to the rookie, Phil Arcand, PKP Mechanical, with a day money run of a 126.95. 126.95. Now we're going to take the running times from last night, combine them with tonight to get you a 2-day aggregate. This will tell you who's leading the show. Remember, the number 1 driver after tomorrow night wins the show championship. The top 3 drivers after tomorrow night will line up for the Dash for Cash on Canada Day in the 7th and final heat on Wednesday afternoon. So if you're not in the top 3 yet, you want to be really close and have a good race tomorrow afternoon. So in the 2-day aggregate, this is how it looks. Sitting 5th, DJ DeSuter, Mainline Energy, with a 2-day aggregate time 3:03:57. That is correct. 3:03:57. Sitting 4th, Roger Moore, Eco Green Energy Transfer, with a 3:01:79. 3:01:79. Sitting in that all-important top 3, 3rd is Calvin Fiddler, Vantage Housing Solutions, with a 3:01:46. 3:01:46. The number 2 man on the show so far is Brad McMahon, Arcan Construction, a 259.08, 259.68, 259.68. And sitting first is Danny Ringette, Superior Concrete Pumping. He had second day money last night, second day money again tonight. Danny has a 2-day aggregate time of 257.86. 257.86, and that's how it looks after 2 days. Well, friends, on behalf of the Canadian Professional Chuck Wagon Association, the Onion Lake Sports Days Committee, and all the CPCA race personnel, I'm Jason Lee. Thanks for coming out tonight. We appreciate you being here throughout the delay. We apologize for that. Sometimes you can't help weather or track conditions, but we got it fixed and we raced, and we appreciate you for being so patient. Thanks for coming out. Enjoy the Dwayne Lewis Memorial Karaoke Contest coming up in just a little bit. And that's on the other side of the grandstand. We'll see you back here tomorrow. The ponies run at 10, CPCA at 2 o'clock. We will talk to you then.
If she wants a cowboy, I'll cowboy the best.